Holy shit. I did not think I'd be making it this far. Who knows, we might actually get to number 12. So I feel like a lunatic right now. Twat's a bit of a better word, because I'm sat here with my hat on with this sort of like alt-right, you know, side quiff going on. Side quiff, it's a fringe. Sat here with my hat, my scarf, my jumper on, and I'm just sat here in my boxers and socks. So if you'd like to see what goes on underneath, then feel free to PayPal me £5 and I'll record you an exclusive video. Or you could just look me up on Pornhub. Imagine that. Imagine what videos they would be. Like porny beer reviews. Dance shows that you get in places like Mexico where the dancer does something interesting with the bottle of beer. If you know what I'm talking about, then shame on you, but also you get my utmost respect. But this is, it's a family show here on the Clueless Drinker, so we shall stop talking about that right now and get back on with the festive cheer. This is another beer that I picked up from Bargain Booze, part of their 3 for £5 deal, and it's one that I've never actually tried before, and I don't think I've had anything from the brewery. So we're looking at the Brakspear Happy Holidays Light Copper Ale, clocking in at 4% ABV. But I don't really know too much about this beer, to be honest, or like I said, the brewery itself. So a traditional pale ale with a punchy hop finish and aroma. Finest quality roasted malts provide a subtle but full malty fruity background to showcase the herbal berry flavours from traditional English hop varieties. That's Hoppy Holidays. How did I miss that? It's clearly an O. But yeah, Hoppy Holidays will pair well with sweet and fruity flavours, like glazed ham, sounds good to me, chutneys, depends which, pickles, again, depends which, and Christmas pudding. Not a fan of Christmas pudding. I just don't understand why people would like a pudding like that, just fruit, fermented fruit that's compressed together and absorbed all the booze over. It's just, to me, it's just a shitty dessert. I'd much rather have like a New York cheesecake or something for Christmas, or a nice decadent chocolate trifle, or a chocolate log, but Christmas pudding, I don't understand it. It's like you've took all the fun out of a mince pie. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, apologies if I've caused any offence with those comments, but again, if you would like to get in touch with me, please feel free to contact me through the same email that I use for my PayPal. And yeah, and every little helps, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, and I've just noticed that this bottle of beer is quite out of date, so I'm guessing this was from last year perhaps, because the best before date is the 30th of September 2017. Even, well, yeah, it is a Christmas beer, but Jesus Christ, that's old. I did not realise that when I picked it up, because I just saw it and I thought, oh, it's another Christmas beer that I can do. But yeah, we shall see. Anyway, nice looking label, nice enough, even though you can't see it at all in this light. And there is the, actually I really like that crown, which is a nice bumblebee. But yeah, I don't even know where these guys are based, to be honest. I can't read it because it's all shiny. Oh, Oxfordshire is that. So would that be up towards the neck of the woods of my good friend Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews? I'm not too sure. Geography was never my strongest subject. Well, neither was any subject, to be honest. Really nicely presented beer. Definitely a keeper of a crown. So we shall see. Yeah, it just fell on the floor. And my hat keeps coming off. We shall see how this beer is. Very clumsy right now. Yeah, it's not as if I've not been doing these videos quite regularly. But yeah, anyway. So, beer in the glass then, and yeah, it's copper, as you'd expect. Got that rustic look to it. Looks considerably darker on camera, but when I hold it there, you can kind of see a good representation of it. Crystal clear, nice slow carbonation, and beer poured with about 1 finger's worth of a slightly off-white head. So let's see what we get on the aroma. Well, it doesn't smell like an old beer. It's got a nice subtle malt build. I keep dipping my nose into the beer. Yeah, it's got that sort of like bordering on sweet and savoury. I don't know why I've brushed my hair over to this side. A little bit of earthiness, a little bit of a vanilla sweetness in there as well. You get those like classic, gentle, subtle, spicy tones, which I am guessing are predominantly coming from the hops used. But that malty backbone is really, really nice. Or like a slightly more savoury Werther's Original. I don't know, there's like very subtle pininess there as well. It is leaning more towards the sweet side, but it's not overwhelmingly so. And that like earthy, like savoury, spicy character is just helping it, you know, level it out a little bit. So it's well rounded on the aroma. But yeah, that's a lovely smelling beer. So let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Smells a bit better than it tastes, to be honest. Although it's not an awful beer. It just suffers from one thing that I found quite a lot in this series. The body's just too weak. It's too watery, and it just has like a very thin. It's thin in body, and because of that, it's thin on flavour. There's like a slight metallic-y edge to it as well. It's just malt. There's really no sweetness or fruitiness. Maybe like the very subtle hint of a blackcurrant, a little bit of toffee. Yeah, and it's got this quite unsatisfying, lingering bitterness on the back end. There's really not much to this beer, to be fair. You get that very subtle cola-like flavour coming out of this. I got a big hit of vanilla on the nose, but there's really no vanilla on the flavour. And the thing is, I'm not going to be too harsh on this beer because it's, you know, pretty much 2 months past its best by date. So that would dictate to me that this is a beer from last year. I mean, it doesn't have like a stale flavour. I can't stress that enough. It's not unpleasant per se, it's just not very exciting, not very flavourful, a little bit dull, and ultimately it's just too thin. If you were to have this on Christmas Day, I would purely have this just to have with you Christmas dinner. Because it's not going to intrude, it probably will complement those like more sweet, meatier tones, if that makes sense. Like the glazed ham with this makes perfect sense. And if you're one of these psychos who actually likes Christmas pudding, I think this would accompany it, get your words right here. I think this would accompany it quite nice, to be honest. Because it does have those subtle sweet flavours that you would get in a Christmas pudding, but that savoury edge would probably just help enhance the flavour. Or, at the very least, this would be a really good palate cleanser, or just a beer just to chug back, because the weak body doesn't do any favours for the beer in terms of flavour. But it does help with the drinkability of it. So again, it's a weak beer that you could just knock back loads, especially chilled down quite considerably. But aside from that, it's really not doing too much at all. And I think, in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Just pretty much dull. There aren't enough offensive flavours to knock it down to a 3 or 4. And even if it had a bolder body to it, I don't think it would really improve the score too much, to be fair. So, you know, I can't be too harsh on it because it is an older beer as well. So taking that into consideration, it's just boring. And that's it really. It's a boring beer. Perfectly inoffensive, drinkable, but it's just there. You know, it's that beer towards the end of the night on Christmas Day when you're opening the fridge and you've got like 2 bottles of this and then like Stella Artois left. You're going to pick this up because you at least get some flavour. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, whoa, I've got a bottle of Hoppy Holidays in the fridge. It's like, I've got a bottle of Hoppy Holidays left. I'll happily drink that. It's one of those beers. So yeah, if you've tried this one, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you've tried anything from the Brakspear Brewery, then feel free to let me know any recommendations of beers that they do that you'd like me to check out in the future. And of course, if you've got any Christmas or festive beers that you want to shout out, feel free to do so, and hopefully next year I'll be able to pick up a bit more of a wider range with like beers from like Belgium, France, the continent in general, and then going over to the States, because we do get some of the festive beers from outside of the UK and Europe, so it'd be nice to just spice it up a little bit, because it has just pretty much just been British beers, hasn't it? But I suppose that's better for people who are looking for Christmas beers, isn't it? You know, who aren't really too into craft, and that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? It's about, you know, helping out others. It's giving, not to receive. You know, it's sharing. Although again, if you want to send money and I'll exchange it for lewd pictures, then, you know, feel free, we can sort that out. But yeah, anyway, 5 out of 10 for Brakspear. If any friends or fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, the links will be down below. Check out Brakspear. Check out my, I don't know, it's sort of like an amber ale, maybe, whatever the style it is. That playlist will be down below. Check out the 12 Days of Clueless playlist for all previous episodes and potential upcoming ones. And more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time, aka tomorrow, for another Christmas beer review. So thank you guys for watching, and just remember to get in touch with me if you want to get some saucy photos for Christmas. Anyway, you guys take care, and I shall see you tomorrow. Cheers.